Speaker distance from the center. Okay, this question comes from Mauricio in Monterrey, Mexico. And Mauricio writes, "Hey Paul, in the Audiophile's Guide," that's the new book that I have out that helps you set up your stereo system. Shameless plug, if you haven't gone out and gotten your copy of the Audiophile's Guide, you're falling behind. Seriously, anybody interested in setting up and getting better sound out of your stereo systems, you owe it to yourself to grab a copy of the Audiophile's Guide along with its companion SACD. And you can get both of those on psaudio.com and Amazon if you just want to read the book. But, you know, honestly, while it's an okay read, if you're interested in getting better sound, of making your speakers disappear, of getting bass to be perfected in your room, this is the book you need to get. If you're just casually interested, don't bother with it. Okay, but if you want to get set up, that's the way to do it. Anyway, Mauricio had bought the Audiophile's Guide, and in it I say each speaker should be 5.5 feet from the center of the room. And he says, in my case, the sidewall, the right speaker would be so close to the sidewall, while on the left speaker I don't have a sidewall because it's an open space into the living room. How should I modify this 5.5 feet so that the right speaker is not that close to the sidewall, or should I not mind? Well, you should mind, and that's really hard. You know, asymmetrical rooms in a way are good, because if it's perfectly symmetrical, we can have a lot of reflections or standing waves that are tough. An asymmetrical room, from the aspect of bass, is welcome because we don't get these solid standing waves, but they are also problematic in that if you get one channel too close to a wall, as Mauricio has, you're going to have troubles with imaging. And so in the Audiophile's Guide, I give you an example of the classic rectangular room, and then a map of, you know, if your room is this big, put it that far apart. So it's relative. In your case, you're going to have to punt, as they like to say. And I'm not really a sports fan, but I know what it means. Instead of giving a good full kick, you got to punt, you got to do it. So in a room, what's really important is to have some level of symmetry from side to side and from back and from the back and your seating position. So I don't know what your room looks like, but I'm imagining that if I'm looking straight ahead, I've got this speaker on the right that's close to a wall, and then I've got this big open space over here. I might take your entire thing and kind of shift it this way, or shift it, you know, in a way that gets you farther from the wall, because it isn't that one is close to a wall and one isn't. It's that you don't want to be too close to any one wall. You want to keep it there. If they're going to be close to a wall, then they should be symmetrically close. If they're not going to be symmetrically close, pull them away and just adjust the whole thing off to the side. It doesn't have to conform to the room at all. A lot of times, I've set up systems where the back is the corner, and because that way kind of worked for me. I did that at Expona, at our show. We did everything we could just to do a standard setup. Didn't work. So we took the whole thing, the whole mess, seating, everything, and turned it so that one speaker was here. You know, here's the corner of the room, and one speaker's here and one speaker's here. It made it symmetrical, and that worked. So you're just going to have to experiment with it. And look, you bought the book, so you can, if you want to email me, paul@psaudio.com, feel free. Send me a little picture of your room, and I'll give you some suggestions. Okay? All right. Thanks for buying the book, and I think you'll get there, and I'm happy to help if not. Okay. Take it easy.